There comes a moment in life when you have to make a decision to rise. Not because it's easy, not because it's convenient, but because deep inside you know you were not born to stay down. You were born to rise and embrace the struggle. It's the fuel for greatness. Every great story, every powerful transformation, every legend that ever walked this earth was forged through struggle. The road to greatness is not paved with comfort. It's carved through pain, sacrifice, and perseverance. The truth most people run from is that struggle is not a curse. It's a gift. It's life's way of asking, how bad do you want it? The struggle exposes your weaknesses, tests your faith, and pushes you to the edge of your limits. It's uncomfortable, it's painful, it's exhausting, and that's exactly why it's necessary. Because only through struggle can you discover the strength that lies dormant within you. When everything seems to be falling apart, when the weight feels too heavy to carry, that's not a sign to quit. It's a signal that you're growing. Growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. Comfort never made anyone extraordinary. Every champion, every innovator, every leader was once buried under pressure, failure, and doubt. But instead of running, they embraced it. They understood that struggle is not a stop sign. It's the starting line. It's where the weak quit and the strong begin to rise. The moment you accept struggle as a part of your journey, you take away its power to break you and give yourself the power to use it. Think about the seed buried beneath the soil. In the darkness, under pressure, it fights to break through the dirt. That's struggle. That's transformation. Without that battle underground, there would be no growth, no bloom, no life. You are that seed. The pain you feel right now is not meant to bury you. It's meant to grow you. The nights you spend in silence, questioning your purpose, the failures that make you doubt your worth, the doors that slam in your face, all of it is shaping you, refining you, preparing you for something greater than you can see right now. Struggle builds resilience. It builds character. It teaches you what comfort never could. You learn to endure. You learn to fight. You learn to stand tall even when your knees shake. The struggle teaches you patience, grit, humility, and hunger. Without it, you'd never appreciate the victory when it comes. You'd never feel the satisfaction of earning what others only dream about. The struggle strips away your excuses and reveals your truth. It shows you who you really are when life stops going your way. And it's in those raw, painful moments that greatness begins to take shape. Most people quit because they think struggle means they're doing something wrong. But in reality, it means they're on the right path. The ones who win are not those who avoid struggle, but those who face it head on. They feel the pain and push anyway. They fall and rise again. They keep moving forward when everything inside them screams to stop. They understand that struggle is not an obstacle. It's the training ground for their destiny. Every failure is a lesson. Every setback is a setup. Every wound is a reminder that they had the courage to fight. So don't run from your struggle. Don't numb it. Don't hide from it. Embrace it. Let it mold you. Let it challenge you. Let it harden your spirit. Because every time you endure pain and keep going, you're building the foundation for something unstoppable inside of you. The struggle is not the end. It's the beginning of everything that will make you great. Believe when no one else does. That is the mark of a true warrior. When the world goes silent, when the cheers fade. The world's tough. And when the people who once said they were with you disappear, belief is the only thing that keeps you standing. Everyone believes in you when you're winning, when the results are visible, when the applause is loud. But when you're grinding in the dark, when your dreams look impossible, when the odds are stacked against you, most people won't see what you see, and that's when you must hold on tighter than ever. Your belief in yourself must become unshackable, unbreakable, untouchable. Because in the end, belief is the foundation of all greatness. Without it, every dream dies before it has a chance to live. There will be moments when the road feels lonely, when you question if the effort is worth it, when doubt whispers in your ear that maybe you should quit. But that's the test. That's the universe asking you how badly you want it. Belief isn't just optimism, it's conviction. It's the inner fire that refuses to go out, even when everything around you is cold. It's the courage to look at failure in the face and say, "You will not define me." It's the voice inside that says, "I will rise again," no matter how many times you fall. Because the truth is, the people who make history are the ones who believed in themselves long before the world ever did. When no one believes in you, it's easy to feel invisible, to feel like your dream doesn't matter. But that's where the greatest transformations happen: in silence, in obscurity, in the shadows of doubt. That's where you build strength. That's where you build resilience. That's where belief becomes your weapon. You don't need anyone's validation to keep moving forward. You don't need permission to chase your purpose. The belief that burns inside you is enough to change your entire life. Every great achievement begins with one person who dared to believe when everyone else laughed. You have to protect your belief like a flame in the wind, because people will try to blow it out. They'll project their fears onto you, tell you that your dreams are unrealistic, that your goals are too big, that you should settle for something safe. But those voices come from people who gave up on themselves long ago. Don't let their limitations become yours. Let their doubt become your drive. Let their disbelief be the spark that fuels your hunger to prove what's possible. The strongest belief is built not in the presence of support, but in the face of opposition. Belief is not just about faith. It's about persistence. You have to show up every day, even when no one is watching. You have to keep working, even when the results are invisible. You have to trust that your time will come if you don't stop moving. Every day you keep going, you strengthen that belief. Every small victory, every moment of progress, no matter how small, is proof that your dream is alive. And one day, the same people who doubted you will watch in silence as you turn your vision into reality. But by then, their belief won't matter, because you will already know what you were always meant to be. So when the noise fades, when the support disappears, and when you stand alone with nothing but your vision, believe. Believe when it's hard. Believe when it hurts. Believe when no one else does. Because that belief, that relentless faith in yourself, is what turns the impossible into the inevitable. Discipline over motivation. That is the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. Motivation is fleeting. It burns bright for a moment and fades when the excitement wears off. Discipline, on the other hand, is the fire that never goes out. It doesn't depend on feelings, moods, or inspiration. It's a commitment to keep showing up, to keep pushing forward, even when every part of you wants to quit. The world is full of people who were motivated once, who had big dreams, loud plans, and endless enthusiasm. But when the struggle came, when the grind became hard, they stopped. Because motivation disappears when life gets uncomfortable, but discipline stays. Discipline doesn't ask you how you feel. It simply demands that you do what must be done. There will be days when you wake up tired, when you feel like the work isn't worth it, when results are nowhere to be seen. Those are the days that separate the average from the unstoppable. Motivation may get you started, but it's discipline that keeps you moving when motivation is gone. Success is not built on bursts of energy. It's built on consistency. The person who trains every day, even at half energy, will always surpass the one who only works hard when they feel inspired. Discipline is repetition. It's choosing long-term progress over short-term comfort. It's putting one foot in front of the other even when no one is watching. The truth is, motivation is emotional. It's easy to feel driven when things go right. But what happens when life hits you hard? What happens when progress slows? When failure knocks at your door? When the spark is gone? That's when discipline takes over. Discipline is not about excitement. It's about control. It's about mastering yourself. It's about making promises to yourself and refusing to break them, no matter how hard it gets. Discipline doesn't need perfect conditions. It thrives in chaos, in pain, in exhaustion. It's doing what's necessary when the feeling to do it isn't there. People often say they're waiting for the right time, for the right mood, for the perfect opportunity. But the truth is, the right time will never come. Waiting for motivation is waiting for permission. Discipline doesn't wait, it acts. It creates momentum through action, not emotion. Every day you choose discipline, you're training your mind to overcome resistance. You're teaching yourself that success is not a matter of luck. It's a matter of endurance. The disciplined are not stronger because they feel less pain. They're stronger because they move forward despite it. The secret to becoming unstoppable lies in consistency. Small, disciplined actions repeated over time create massive results. It's the athlete who trains on the days their body aches. It's the student who studies even when tired. It's the dreamer who keeps building, even when no one else believes. Discipline is what transforms effort into excellence. It's the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. You can't rely on motivation to get there. It's too unreliable, too fragile. Discipline is the armor that protects your dream from your own weaknesses. There will be moments when you doubt yourself, when your progress seems invisible, when your effort feels wasted. But every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're winning battles that no one sees. Every time you show up when it's hardest, you're proving to yourself that you can be trusted to follow through. And that trust, that self-respect, is where true confidence is born. Discipline turns goals into habits and habits into results. It's the quiet strength behind every victory, the unseen force that builds champions. So don't chase motivation, build discipline. Because when the feeling fades, and it will, discipline will still be there, carrying you toward everything you've ever dreamed of becoming. Turn pain into power. Because pain is not meant to destroy you. It's meant to transform you. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has walked through pain, loss, rejection, and failure. Pain is the one language the universe uses to teach strength. It strips away your comfort. It forces you to confront your limits, and it demands that you evolve. The truth is, no one escapes pain. But while most people run from it, the strong learn to use it. Pain can either be your prison or your power, your weakness or your weapon. It all depends on how you respond to it. When life hurts, when everything seems unfair, when the weight feels unbearable, that's the moment you have a choice. You can either let the pain define you, or you can let it drive you. The difference between breaking down and breaking through is mindset. Pain doesn't come to punish you. It comes to prepare you. Every struggle, every heartbreak, every failure carries a hidden gift inside it, the chance to grow stronger than you've ever been. Most people see pain as a reason to stop. But the truth is, pain is proof that you're alive, proof that you're fighting, proof that you still care enough to keep going. There is something powerful that happens when you stop asking, why me? And start asking, what can I learn from this? That shift turns pain into purpose. When you use pain as fuel, it becomes your greatest source of energy. The fire that once burned you begins to light your path forward. Every scar becomes a story of survival. Every wound becomes wisdom. Pain has a way of teaching lessons that comfort never could. It forces you to dig deeper, to discover the strength that you didn't know you had. You don't truly know your power until you've been tested by pain. When you've been hurt, you have two options. You can become bitter, or you can become better. Bitterness keeps you trapped in the past, replaying what went wrong, feeding on anger and regret. But choosing to turn pain into power means using it as motivation to rise higher. Let the pain remind you of what you deserve, of what you will never settle for again. Let it sharpen your focus, strengthen your resolve, and harden your spirit. The greatest transformations happen after the deepest wounds. Pain has a way of breaking down the old version of you so that a stronger, wiser, more resilient version can emerge. The world may see your scars as weaknesses, but those scars are proof that you survived what others couldn't. They're symbols of your endurance. They remind you that you didn't quit when it hurt. You faced the fire and walked through it. That kind of power cannot be taught. It's earned through experience. When you channel that energy, when you take all that emotion, anger, and heartbreak and use it to fuel your purpose, you become unstoppable. Pain, when directed with intention, becomes your greatest ally. There will be moments when the pain feels unbearable, when it feels like everything inside you is breaking. But remember, every storm eventually runs out of rain. What remains after the storm is strength, raw, unshakable strength. Pain builds resilience, and resilience builds power. Every time you rise from pain, You rise stronger, wiser, and hungrier. So instead of hiding from your pain, face it, own it. Let it shape you, but never let it control you. Because one day, you'll look back and realize that the very pain you thought would destroy you is actually the force that made you unstoppable. Never settle. Always rise higher. The moment you start settling is the moment you stop growing. Life rewards those who refuse to accept mediocrity, those who constantly challenge themselves to become better, stronger, wiser, and more relentless than they were yesterday. The drive to rise higher comes from within, from a deep understanding that there's always more to learn, more to give, and more to become. The greatest danger isn't failure. It's comfort. Because comfort kills ambition, it silences hunger, and it convinces you to stop reaching for what you're truly capable of achieving. You can't become extraordinary by doing what's easy. You have to be willing to go beyond what feels safe, to leave behind the familiar, and to chase the unknown with everything you have. Settling is the silent enemy of greatness. It disguises itself as contentment, as satisfaction, as peace, but in truth, it's surrender. It's giving up the climb before you reach the summit. It's telling yourself that good enough is enough when you know deep down that you were built for more. The unstoppable understand that there's always another level. No matter how far you've come, no matter what you've accomplished, there's still more potential waiting to be unlocked. The best never stop working. They never stop pushing. They never stop improving. Because true greatness isn't about reaching a destination. It's about constantly elevating your standards. The path to rising higher is not easy. It demands sacrifice, focus, and an unwavering commitment to growth. It means saying no to comfort so you can say yes to progress. It means being willing to rebuild yourself again and again, to destroy the limits that once defined you. You'll face moments when others tell you that you've done enough, that you should slow down, that you should be satisfied. But satisfaction is temporary. The hunger to rise higher is eternal. You weren't born to simply exist. You were born to evolve, to expand, to conquer every layer of limitation that stands between you and your highest self. Every time you reach a goal, don't stop to rest for too long. Set a new one. Every time you achieve success, use it as a reminder that you can do even more. The climb never ends because mastery is infinite. The day you think you've arrived is the day you start to decline. So keep moving, keep learning, keep rising. Because the fire inside you wasn't meant to burn for a single victory. It was meant to fuel a lifetime of becoming more. Never settling means holding yourself to a higher standard every single day. It's demanding excellence even when no one is watching. It's refusing to coast when you could be climbing. It's pushing past fatigue, past fear, past the comfort of what's known, and stepping boldly into what's possible. You don't rise by accident. You rise by intention. And that intention must be fed by a mindset that says, I'm grateful, but I'm not done yet. Gratitude and hunger can exist together. Be proud of how far you've come, but never mistake pride for arrival. There's always another mountain to climb, another skill to master, another version of yourself waiting to emerge. The pursuit of greatness is endless. It's a lifelong journey of becoming better than the person you were yesterday. Every day, you rise higher. You inspire others to do the same. Every time you refuse to settle, you show the world what's possible when someone chooses growth over comfort. So keep climbing, keep fighting, keep rising. Because the true measure of your life will not be how far you went once, but how many times you dared to rise again. Higher, stronger, and unstoppable.